I first met Beth back in January of this year, having been invited to St Mary's to discuss some new textiles for the church. Of course, when we met, the word corona was more commonly associated with a solar eclipse than a pandemic, and like everyone else, we had little idea of what was ahead of us. Fortunately, being locked down didn't hamper me much, as I usually work alone in my studio here, so I was able to continue work and produce designs for the project. There is a unique set of textiles at St Mary's designed and made by Marion Cantrell. She created an altar frontal with 3 seasonal panels to mark time within the church year, but a purple set was never completed. Her designs use a theme of 2 triangles meeting together, and I wanted to continue this idea in order to finish the set. Purple is the colour for Advent. It is also a regal colour, historically associated with kings and queens because of the cost and difficulty in dyeing fabric purple. Advent is a season of penitence and patience and of hope. We tend not to be very patient in our lives today, but this season is all about waiting for a promise and hope being at the end of that wait. One of the 7 sacred monograms of the Virgin Mary is the lily, and you'll find many depictions of Mary in paintings and sculpture throughout history, with her either holding a lily or lilies being in her presence. I wanted to start with a lily for this design and explored several stylised versions before then beginning to abstract the image. My work for ecclesiastical buildings is predominantly abstract. There are several reasons for this. The first is that I want my work to arrest the observer. I want them to stop what they're doing and look. Often we will only stop when we observe something unusual or something that we don't quite understand. If it takes us more than a few seconds to work out what it is we're looking at, then we may linger. If we get it too quickly, we will move on. I like to use colour and rhythm and movement in my work to illustrate a deeper meaning. In a church setting, this is how art should look. It should stop us doing what we're doing, be something for us to ponder, perhaps an aid to prayer or thought, with a deeper meaning for us to explore if we allow ourselves the time to open the door and look further inside. Another important reason for working in the abstract is the opportunity for many interpretations. Each observer can have their own personal explanation and relationship with the work. One person might see water and ripples, whilst another sees Mary's mantle as a flowing cloth. Some will see sun's rays, and others might see stalks of corn. All these interpretations are valid and important to each observer. The design chosen by Beth takes the lily and lays its petals out in an asymmetric sweep, whilst still noting Marion's theme of the 2 triangles meeting in the centre. The background colours blend from a pale bluey purple into a richer, warmer colour as it ascends. The colours were also carefully selected to tie in with the east window so that the work resonates within its surroundings and belongs in the space. The pulpit fall is a simpler motif using lily leaves and Mary's mantle, embracing and protecting the promised Emmanuel, the light. The background, like the altar panel, uses different shades of purple silk to give a feeling of ascendance. The burse and veil combine the lily and mantle over the light in a compact motif uniting all the elements of the other pieces. All pieces for this project were constructed using hand-woven silk dupion fabric and viscose embroidery thread. The free embroidery stitches are used to create different textures which add depth and tone, which you will see when looking more closely. I'm extremely fortunate to be doing a job I love and to be able to use my gifts to interpret themes and stories in such remarkable buildings. I'm continually inspired and humbled by the places I'm invited to work for and delight in meeting the people who serve their communities with such diligence and passion. I hope that Marion would be pleased to see her set completed with my work, and that both visitors and congregations alike will enjoy them as a visual reminder of the church calendar and a focal point for prayer and thought.